though, that we're gonna have to, once we have like sub mode and stuff, we're gonna have like sub only games and all those kinds of things or it's getting pretty crazy.
It's just going to all be official tournament games, and then in betweeners
in betweeners. It used to be where I'd create a game like live shoutcasting here, and I get like 3 people in like 30 minutes, and it would like slowly build up, and after like an hour, finally enough people would get in that we could start a game. And now it's like 3 minutes, and bam, it's full, and it's nobody wants to let go to play. So yeah, the 101 Pony and Jinx-tastic. I think I got both of those correctly. So the 101 Pony and Jinx-tastic. Yep. I'll personally invite you guys into the second game of the night. So similar picks and bans from last time, but this time we have a Ryze ban as well, and a Lucian ban. Those are new. I completely agree with the Ryze. You've said over and over the power of Ryze right now.
Oh yeah, I think he is. I think he is one of the strongest top laners, not only in laning, but in his utility in team fights. He can split push, he can heal up, he's got the movement speed, he's got that like snare that's on like a 3-second cooldown, so it's just beautiful that he's gone, I suppose. Nasus locked in for that top lane again, still wants to stick with him. And we'll see who else gets locked in after this one. They're thinking about it. I'm hoping to see a Teemo again. We'll see though. We'll see.
We'll see. Nasus, is very rarely a problem pick. Is it usually he's just so strong as long as he can stay alive in that top lane and farm his Q up until the mid game, and then towards the late game he dominates so strong. So between the first 10-15 minutes he's kind of weak, and you just kind of stay alive and try to farm up your Q and keep living. But I don't know about a first pick, simply because there's so many champions that can counter him. Singed, Malphite, even a Teemo, pick, if the player plays it right, can counter a Nasus. So Riven can counter a Nasus. Usually you go a Nasus if the enemy team picks a really strong AD like a Vayne or a Jinx, or you're countering someone who's just kind of a pushing champion like a Lulu, and you think you're strong enough to do that. So maybe if Yasuo NA thinks he's so strong on that Nasus that regardless of what the enemy team picks, he is going to be fine on this Nasus. It may be. There are some champions, even I do that. I first picked a, what was it? It was a first picked an Orianna. And there's so many counters to an Orianna. It's like, well, why would you ever first pick an Orianna? But I was so confident with her, and I did fine. Now, unfortunately, that ranked game we had to DEC from the very beginning all the way to the end, so we lost the game anyway. But I did fine against the other mid laner simply because I was very confident on it, so.
All right, let's talk some more about these picks. So we do see the Kassadin for the purple team, he's bounced back and forth. He has been changed so often. Every patch note, there's like something about Kassadin, like, oh, we tweaked his Q or his ultimate or his passive is no different, but I think he's in an okay spot and definitely has the potential to carry something late game. Everything I'm seeing from the purple team here, even the Vayne now, screams late game. If this game goes past the 30-minute mark, they are just going to be unstoppable, but they need to get it there. As we saw from the game we casted earlier tonight, if they fight a really, really strong early game team, like what we're seeing here from the blue team with that Lee Sin, who is a very strong early game jungler.
Oh yeah.
And even the Zed as well.
1 through 10 on a Lee Sin is so scary. Even his level 3 ganks are just retardedly powerful. If he can get that Sonic Wave landing on the enemy champion, then it's going to be a fine time for him. And especially with a Thresh and a Zed, all of these champions so far are very early dominating champions. Once they take an edge, it's very difficult to come back. But will We Are OP give them that edge, or will they simply hang on until that 15-minute mark when then the entire powerhouse trades into their hands and now they can take full domination? So one thing I want to see about this Kassadin player is that I watched a Kassadin in a couple of a ranked game earlier today in which Kassadin went top lane, and as top lane Kassadin built straight AD. He went, the Teemo pick!
I'm so happy.
Teemo versus Nasus, here we go. Oh, yeah.
That's actually not a bad matchup for Teemo.
Nope, that's what I said earlier, is that there's a lot of counter picks to the Nasus, Teemo being one of them. His blind will essentially say no to all of Nasus's Q. That's all it takes is he sees Nasus, about to hit a minion. He's like, oh, that candy minion. Nasus wants him. There goes the Q. And, oh, look, here's a blind. Nope, you can't do anything for 2 seconds. That's 2 auto attacks that Nasus doesn't get. And that candy minion is probably dead by then. So, I don't know. It's absolutely hilarious to watch that top lane. And seeing Nasus trying to move in on a Teemo after level 6 is just hilarious. But anyway, I want to see this Kassadin goes AD. Because there was a Kassadin that went Trinity Force, Hydra's, I think it might have been a Yumo's Ghostblade. Essentially built kind of like a Xin Zhao would, a melee auto attack heavy champion, but then still had enough mana regen to be able to use his ult to be able to gap close or get away. It was very unique. I'd never seen it before, but it does look like he's going to be playing mid lane against the Zed, as it will be Nasus in that top lane. And Thresher God picking a support Zillion with Ignite.
That's right. I am super excited to see that.
He's looking for kills.
Yes, he is, and he might... I don't know. Caitlyn's a hard lane. Thresh has the shield from the dark passive as well. So I don't know how much they're going to be able to do. But this whole comp is for the late game, and Zillion fits into that quite well. The experience boost he gives to his teammates, the global buff from that, will help them get to level 6 faster. So I don't know. I think it's an okay pick. They just have to survive. If we see something like the game we saw earlier where towers are crushed and they're knocking on the inhib towers by like 20 minutes, then things are going to be rough. But if they hold out, if they play it cool, play it safe, then long, slow, steady game into a very strong late game for the purple team. For team, we are OP.
Sorry, yeah, I'm running through a bunch of different things here.
It's okay, it's okay. I'll keep talking.
There was somebody discussing about playing in games last time, but as I was saying, for those of you who, thank you TF56710 for joining us. Wanted to throw out here really fast. If you did follow, let me know in the chat because I want to thank you specifically for the follow. Usually my Twitch alerts will let me know, but right now it is completely crashed on my computer. I've tried 4 different times to get it to work, and every single time it doesn't want to, so I have to uninstall the whole program to reinstall it. But if you did follow, let me know because I want to specifically thank you. But thank you for the follows. Thank you for joining us as well over on Chronofrost's side. We are Jake Kelton and Chronofrost, your duo-casting, shoutcasting pros. One day you'll see us in the LCS. Just you wait. It's going to be awesome.
Soon enough, soon enough. Rivington spot, that's mine.
Yeah, you can have Rivington spot. I'm going to have Freak spot, all right? We're going to be the best duo casting. Anyway, and then last but not least, don't forget, One Shot GG is having a tournament for League of Legends November 1st and 2nd. Be sure and go and check them out. We're going to be casting them next weekend on that tournament, and they're still looking for signups. Huge Riot Point wins, as well as that Triumphant Rise skin if your team wins. There's prizes, even if you get 4th place, you still get a buttload of Riot Points.
That's right. So, the prizes are insane for that tournament, and they have Rise skin, one of the most sought-after skins in the game. So sign up, easy draft, you'll be thrown into a team, you have some time to discuss and look up your opponents and strategize, and then the two of us will be showcasting, and we'll have a blast. Awesome, and you can win some awesome prizes. So
right through here, never! Thank you, Fly Dark Wyatt, for the follow. Appreciate that a lot. Glad that you let me know. Go ahead and run through your champions, the players and the champions. That way we can get through this before the game starts.
All right, team only ONLA, the blue team. We have ONLA, or ONLA, playing support Thresh. We have Unstoppable Batman, playing Lee Sin in the jungle. Crazy Murderer, playing Zed in the mid lane. Vigilant King, playing Caitlyn on Marksman. I really like that name. And No Skilled Maniac, playing Teemo in the top lane. I'm so glad I can say that.
Yeah, No Skill Maniac is my personal friend, and he's actually not that bad of a Teemo. So I was about to say a bot. I was like, what?
I hope to see an Ohm Wrecker on him. That would just make my night.
Ohm Wrecker Teemo, do it! Yasuo NA playing the Nasus in the top lane for team We Are OP. Patchinator playing the Kassadin in the mid lane. T-Bone the Dog, new player coming in. Thank you for joining us. Playing the Zins out in the jungle. Hiccups, I think also a new player. I don't think I've seen you ever play before. Playing the Vayne in the bottom lane ADC role. And Thresher God back once again from, as always, the Zillion in the bottom lane support, looking for kills. He did go with the exhaust right before it started. So he did go with the exhaust instead of ignite. So really playing that true support champion.
I
So
do like that a
good for
lot
him.
more.
Good for him. Yeah.
Especially with a Zed and a Lee Sin on the team. If you see one of those engage, lands the Sonic Wave, or Zed engages with the Death Mark, throw that on him immediately, and his damage will be just negated so much. So I like that pickup.
I think that's a strong pick against that Lucian. But I don't know. I would have liked to see the Ignite simply because that's far more of an aggressive Zilean. Old Saint Zilean. What a skin.
That is my skin. Think about that for a second. Old Saint Zilean. Chrono Frost.
Chrono Frost. I like it. Is that like your favorite skin?
That's one of my favorite skins. Silent Night Sona is my #1 favorite skin, but that's definitely in the top 5.
Chrono Frost. Because the Chrono time. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Festival Kassadin. I like the matchup on their skins there. We do have Astronaut Teemo as well as SKT1Z and the Pool Party Lee Sin. Everyone has this Pool Party Lee Sin. I mean, I know that it's a great skin, but are there no other Lee Sin skins out there to use? Like, I know there's a lot of other skins. Oh, don't forget Dragon Slayer Vayne. That's such a classic skin. You almost don't even see it. Like, your eyes don't recognize it as a classic skin there. But yeah, TF56710 is T-Bone the dog playing Xin Zhao. So.
Cool. Well, looking to get into this game soon. I'm really excited to cast this game with a Zilean and a Teemo. Oh, I am so down for this. I really want to see that Ohm Wrecker.
You never know where those mushrooms are going to hit somebody because they're all over the map, and somebody can always walk on them and then instantly die. And then
that's
of course,
the thing that.
Go ahead.
That's the thing that differentiates an okay Teemo player from a great Teemo player. Because Teemo's limited to what spells he has, how close he has to be to cast his spells and all that. But if he can set those up beforehand, he has, like, his streams last for 10 minutes, so he has 10 minutes of prep time to set up a perfect battlefield to force a fight on. So if he can do that perfectly, the team can organize a fight in that minefield, then he can definitely be used very, very well.
That is one problem, though, with Teemo, especially with those mushrooms, is that if he does set up a whole area right around Dragon and be like, this is where we're going to fight, let me mushroom the whole place up and get ready for that, and then the enemy team fights completely around Baron, you know, and it goes for Baron instead, then it's like, oh, there's all those great mushrooms that are completely unusable. So you have to play a little bit of mind games with the enemy. Okay, we do have a DC here. Hopefully they will be back shortly, but I wanted to say, I know that we're 3 minutes into this game already, more than likely. You can pause it. It's a tournament draft game, so most of the people that do play with you regularly know that tournament draft games can be paused up to 3 minutes if somebody disconnects. So there we go. Whew. Phew, they paused it. Whew, they paused it. Whew. Okay, cool.
And we're back. Okay, all right, we'll see.
Cool, so we can go ahead and restart. So Excelia's like, I'm watching your stream and forgot to do your layout. That's all right. Yeah, remember she said she was going to make her UI? I do too. Well, that's all right. I remade my own, so it's kind of cleaned up a little bit. Already dropped down a lot, cut out a lot of that useless stuff. So, we got another pause. What's the second pause for?
No, Zed's disconnected.
Oh, Zed DC'd?
Apparently.
So many DCs. Well, this is
By the way,
time to switch everyone around. Go ahead.
We have a ton of stuff we can talk about here.
Yeah.
So, Teemo's going for that Doran's Blade in the top lane, wanting to just throw down as much damage onto Nasus as often as he can. With that poison and all those auto attacks ticking, Nasus won't be able to get near those minions, and when he does, he'll be blinded, so Teemo's going to have full control of this lane, just needs to make sure the early Xin Zhao ganks don't take him down.
You have this week to do it. And it might be 4 pauses. We're gonna see here. Somebody in my chat said that there's supposed to be like 4 pauses, but we'll see.
Yeah, I see that there. We'll see.
I think it was back when George Bush was president. Love the Saint Nick skin though. I've not seen Saint Zilean in forever, and that's awesome. But looks like everyone started off. Zed did. There's another pause. Decided to go with the longsword and potions. What an interesting choice there. Usually you could see a Zed starting a Doran's Blade, maybe even starting like a Doran's Shield, and that way he's got a little bit of that managed resist. But starting Doran's Blade with those pots, you would assume that he's planning on taking a lot of damage. But honestly, it kind of matches with the Crystalline Flask of Kassadin, because he also has 3 health potions, except that Zed will be doing more damage because he has a longsword.
I think he just wants to be on the aggression early. He wants to build that into a brutalizer or even a what's it called? Bilgewater Cutlass. The early game is where Kassadin is the weakest, and he wants to exploit that. So building as much damage as he can early on, just trying to harass, trying to keep him at bay and delay that Rod of Ages for as long as he can, is what he's trying to do here. I feel, anyways.
Yep. So we're going to have Zillion starting off with that Spell Thief's Edge, so he's really going support, but looking to get some of that extra AP damage down. And then we also have the Relic Shield from Thresh. Now, I know a lot of Threshes will either start that Relic Shield or even start the Ancient Coin. That Relic Shield does give that heal over to the AD, especially on a Caitlyn who doesn't really have a whole lot of shields or anything herself. He can kind of heal her up by hitting those minions and getting that last hit on them. But what do you think? What's your version of between the Relic Shield and Ancient Coin? Because I'm personally an Ancient Coin guy. I like to start off my Ancient Coin. That's what I usually do.
I think it depends on what type of lane you're in and what you see happening in the future. Caitlyn is a sniper. She does not need the movement speed to keep up. She has her own gap closer. She can poke from afar. See a lot of damage coming out from Zed there. But yeah, I think this is correct. He needs the peel. He needs the defense. Caitlyn can take care of the damage, take care of staying in range, all on her own. Especially with that ace in the hole once she hits level 6. So I think having the extra shield for her, especially against a Zillion, with those time bombs, which you can accurately predict when the damage is going to come out.
Very true, very true. So building, because there's a lot of Threshes that also start with that Relic Shield, and then after they hit about,
out to the coin.
switch over to Ancient Coin after the tower goes down or something. They don't even really build on it, they simply have it for those slight extra heals during the laning phase, and as soon as laning phase over, they switch it over to the Ancient Coin to get that initial movement speed burst that the Talisman of Ascension has, and, you know, go in for that. So No Skill Maniac getting a lot of poison damage onto Yasuo and A, forcing Nasus to back off. Now, No Skill is about half health here, so he needs to play a little bit safe, because the Wither could be extremely strong on Teemo. All takes his Wither, but I think the major factor here is that Nasus isn't getting hardly any farm. He's at 10 farm and having a very hard time timing these Qs to really get this extra minion, or the building on his Q damage. So
yeah, both top laners nearly out of mana, both running out of health as well. A lot of damage coming down from Vayne there. All 3 procs of the Silver Bolts detonating there, so looks like Xin Zhao is coming in for this early gang. Zed used his shadow to blink around there, so they're chasing onto him there. Meanwhile, we're looking at Teemo in the top lane. There we go. Back. Chase is on again. Audacious charge in there. Flash out from Zed. Red buff is on him, though. They choose not to pursue that one. Let him back out of that one. Flash burned. Xin Zhao will just gank again in a couple minutes.
Yep, but Zed lived, and that's true. First Blood has not gone down yet. Purple team, we are OP, taking just a slight edge at the moment. Doing well, but they're going to have to do really, really well to keep this up. Again, though, we said the early game, Team ONLA is going to have the advantage, and then Team Team We Are OP is going to have the late game. But they're doing well early game, too. Unstoppable Batman coming in, forces the flash from Patchin, and he's going to live through that one. Could have been close. Could have been close, but T-Bone, the dog, is going to fill in for Nasus. Hey, tag team, tag you out. I'll hang out up here for a bit. No problem.
So we see Xin Zhao holding that top lane there while Nasus goes back and shops, picks up a Ruby Crystal, and that's a lot of damage onto Kassadin. Will he get taken down? Just barely survives.
One more Ignite tick and he would have been dead, but there's that Lantern Dark Passage for Unstoppable Batman. Doesn't get the engage that he wants, so he's just going to back straight out. May go back in. May go back in. Okay. You never know with the Lee Sin, because the Lee Syndrome is strong. All it takes is one Sonic Wave to be like, maybe I'll reconsider my options here. But I was going to mention that Nasus got to back out first in that top lane, took teleport as well, so he actually is now ahead of Teemo in CS in that top lane, as well as has the extra health. We went with the health crystal, whereas Teemo went with the amplifying tome, so has more damage but not as much health. So I think that Nasus is going to ever so slowly out-tank him in that top lane. We'll see if Teemo's damage can actually line up enough with that. It's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Nasus has made it through that, well, most of the awkward phase where he can't get into last hit. Teemo's poking him down, and now he's starting to outscale him. He's just going to build some magic resist from this point on. Probably get that Spirit Visage, and be okay from here. Nasus is out of mana, though, so we'll see what happens. That Soul Siphon ability. Siphon Soul? What's it called? Soul Eater?
Soul Eater. Yeah.
Soul Eater is his passive.
Oh, really? It's the name of an anime. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Soul Eater is his passive. That's hilarious.
So that gives him a good bit of lifesteal.
I would say I'm a little
Keep him
bit
alive.
disappointed in Thresher God, where he's kind of putting the bombs back and forth on both of the enemy opponents. If I was Zillion, I would simply focus all bombs on Vigilant King. Like, only ever just harass Vigilant King down. Vayne taking a lot of damage is going to be forced to back off. Thresher God had already backed, so that's why Vayne was kind of a little bit out of position. If she had been caught by the death sentence from Thresh, she would have been dead. But instead, just got a bunch of damage put on her. She's sticking around, actually. She's going to want to farm it up a little bit. She does have that Vamp Scepter, so she does have some pretty good life steal. And as soon as this minion wave hits the tower, especially with Thresher God coming back in, should be all right, at least for the moment. But if Thresher God would simply focus on only ever bombing the Caitlyn, I don't know. It could be enough to harass her out of lane, but I don't think it would be enough to kill her, especially with Thresh's Lantern, Dark Passage always being available practically to be able to shield her for some of those bombs. So it may be one of those things of forcing Thresh to back out of lane before then continuing to bomb Caitlyn. It's hard to say what he's planning on doing with that.
Either one could work all right, I feel, but we'll just have to see what they do. We see a 14 CS lead. I am Bizarre BLT following me now. Gonna do the good old drum roll here. There we go. So yeah, 16 CS lead for Vayne over Caitlyn there. Kassadin has hit level 6 now, so he's going to have those Rift Walks. Blue buff probably going to be handed over to him.
Nope, Zinzao took it.
Oh, he took it. Oh, you're quite right.
Hey, extra experience is extra experience. No worries. Oh, Lonosco Maniac taking a tower shot. Gonna waddle his astronaut team himself away from the tower. Unless, nope, he decides to stick around. I was about to say, unless Nasus finds him, but he did just hit level, oh, he's level 7 now, so he can start putting those shrooms down, but very low mana, so gotta be careful. Low health as well. Nasus doesn't have Flash, instead took Exhaust. I think if Nasus had Flash, he could Flash Q engage on the Teemo and kill him, but not anymore, because he doesn't have Flash, so...
Really has to watch out for those blinding darts as well, because if he tries for a play like that, a blinding dart can go down and just negate all of his abilities at that point. So, something he has to watch out for. If Teemo does use the...
I was gonna say, Zinzao says on my chat that it was an accident he took blue buff. I mean, hey, I don't care. Especially with the Zinzao, blue buff is a huge deal because you get very quick refreshes on all of your abilities, as well as you can just spam that 3-hit strike. What is that called? Three
talent strike.
3 talent strike. There we go. For some reason, I kept thinking talent, and I was like, he's triple talented. 3 talent strike. He's gonna jump in on no skill, gotta force him to flash, and not gonna continue the chase. Instead, let him back off. But here comes Thresher God, putting bombs onto Crazy Murder. Will it be enough? There's the ult, Death Mark onto Patchinator. The Zillion ult gonna keep Patchinator alive for the moment, but not even gonna matter because even if it wasn't enough damage from Zed, my brain totally fried there. Wasn't enough damage from Zed to finish him off. So anyway.
That was a great roam by Zillion there though, coming up to the mid lane, knowing that he just got his ult now. That was just a very, very well-timed gank. Help put Kassadin back ahead there. He's down 18 CS, if my math is correct. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that.
I think 18 may be correct there, but he is technically, that's now down 6 minions because 12 minions equals a kill. So he is only down 6 minions as of the moment. But he also got the first blood gold, so he may actually be slightly ahead, just barely in total gold. We can check that if we go over to this gold page and see where we're at on that one. Yeah, he's like 100 gold in the lead. But anyway, back and forth in the bottom lane.
Top lane as well, Teemo reclaiming his lead, has that Haunting Guise picked up now. Nasus with that Negatron cloak though, trying to stay alive. He will be going for that Spirit Visage, got that Kindle Gem as well, so wanting that early health and cooldown reduction. Good build order from him, I think. Meanwhile, Zed going in the mid lane, got the Lee Sin here though for the backup, lands the Sonic Wave, not gonna follow the Resonating Strike though. Oh yes, he does! Falls behind, Dragon Rage him out from the tower. Kassadin has to flash back in. Deathmark going down onto him, though. And does he get out cleanly? I think he does.
Because he dashed in, there's a No-Skill Maniac. Tried to run over a Shroom just in time. Yasuo finishes him off and then hits the Shroom with his ultimate going. But
here's what's...
dashed in for the Deathmark. So then as soon as he came out underneath the tower, he then simply dashed back to his Shadow Clone in the middle of the lane and was able to get out remarkably.
So here's what Zinzao needs to improve, because this would have gotten him 2 kills already. You don't always have to lead with your Audacious Charge, your E. If you walk in and you are in range to just auto attack with your auto attacks and use your Q to knock him up, then you can use your Audacious Charge to negate the gap closer. If your enemy flashes away, you have an answer to it to close the gap once again. And that's twice he hasn't done that, and 2 kills he probably could have picked up by doing so.
Well, to be fair, a lot of the times that he engages on somebody, if he doesn't Audacious Charge in, then they are able to, especially like on a Teemo or something, where Teemo gets that speed boost to himself. So if he doesn't Audacious Charge in to slow him, then Teemo can just speed his boost himself away, and there's no way that Xin Zhao's ever going to catch up. He'd be forced to like follow Flash or something. But Crazy Murderer going very low health. T-Dog Beware coming in here, so much damage. There's a bomb on it as well, but Xin Zhao's going to actually pick up the kill as Ultimate Batman, I believe his name is. Unstoppable Batman. Forced to back off in the mid lane. He is still hanging there, looking for an opportunity to pick up some CS, but not going to find it, so he's going to back off. Maybe some fighting here in the bottom lane as Xin Zhao and Zilean are headed back there, but this is now twice that Thresher got his gank in the mid lane and really helped out. That first time it was just himself, now it was a 3-man gank in that mid lane, and it's super, super strong. But it looks like Red Team's going to start Dragon.
Yep, they're starting that now, going to extend their gold lead even further. Nasus trying to scare Teemo back, looking to get that tower soon. Is Lee Sin going to be able to steal this? He flashes over, he cripples the dragon, but he doesn't land the strike, or doesn't land the smite. They're going to get out of there. Dragon and a kill. Xin Zhao saying no, putting Lee Sin in his place. Not going to be out smote this time.
I thought he might
Blade
have
of the Ring King. Yeah, if there ever was a champion that could steal a dragon, it's Lee Sin with that execution damage on his Q. Teemo just kiting around Nasus all day long, waiting for that blinding dart to be up again.
Shit.
Wow, is he actually gonna do this? Nasus is out of mana. He can't Spirit Fire again. He's gonna get out.
And that Teemo is so low health that Nasus may decide to go underneath the tower, but no, Teemo lives remarkably, outplaying the Nasus. Walked around and forced Nasus to try to outguess him as where in the bush he was going to. And Nasus then walked into a shroom that he had placed earlier, which then allowed Teemo with that slow to walk all the way back. So that was a great play there. Death Sentence onto Hiccups. Will he go down? Plays out as well. Tumbles immediately after using the ultimate to get on the Vigilant King. So much damage. Will it be enough?
Oh, but the Chrono Shift.
The ult from Zilean going to keep Vayne alive, and Vigilant King is extremely low health. They're going to turn it on to ONLA. Nice condemn into the wall. One more auto attack should be enough, and they don't get the Caitlyn, but they get a kill regardless. So
beautiful display of teamwork. As soon as the Death Sentence landed onto Vayne there, exhaust down onto Caitlyn. Negate as much damage as possible while your AD carry is immobilized. That was beautiful from Zilean. Played that extremely well. Chrono shifted right at the very end. Vayne got restored with all her health up again, and they managed to clean up a kill. So, great work by the two of them.
Yep. Something I want to say to everyone on my channel really quick here is there's that thing about donations and giveaways and stuff. I think I was supposed to do a giveaway today. I'm doing it tomorrow, so be on tomorrow. Patchoneer getting jumped on once again. No, it's Crazy Murder. I'm sorry. Patchoneer is jumping onto Crazy Murder. Lee Sin now coming in, Unstoppable Batman, getting damage onto T-Bone the dog. Is it going to be enough that he's gotten slowed from Cass and he's just going to leap in? The Xin Zhao's going to pick up another kill. The Xin Zhao is trying to take your advice, though. A lot of damage onto Hiccups.
No, T-Bone's timing was perfect there. As soon as Ed went in from the death mark, T-Bone just walked around the corner, whether it was sheer luck or just great game sense. Oh, the tumble into the Death Sentence. Oh, Vayne.
She tried to lifesteal her way to full health off of the Caitlyn, but not quite enough. A nice flash from Xin Zhao is going to keep him alive for at least a little bit. And what he said on my channel was, he was like, okay, thanks, teacher, to your advice about walking in to then do the triple 3-talon strike before then following with the dash, which is fair because as Lee Sin was running away, he then used the Audacious Charge to gap close onto him. So hey, he's taking your advice. Great teacher that you are. Great teacher. Pat yourself on the back.
Just call me Mr. Frost.
Mr. Frost. There you go. Mr. Frost. So strong.
Another Death Sentence landing on Zilean.
Go ahead.
He does have the Chrono Shift, though. Does he use it? No, he chooses... Oh, it's actually not up yet. It has another, like, 15 seconds on it. Caitlyn does have her ace in the hole, though.
Oh.
She chooses not to use it, though. She doesn't think it'll kill him.
I think...
Top lane, those shrooms are keeping Nasus at bay. Go on.
I was gonna say, I think she may have lost sight of him just after he flashed, and without vision, she can't start the ace in the hole, so no way that's gonna happen. Let's go Maniac with the blind onto Nasus. However, that blind's gonna come off way too quickly, and Nasus, super tank mode, gonna come in with the Pimp Cane and finish him off, and now looking for the tower as well. Ooh. ONLA very deep, sorry, not ONLA, Pachinator very deep into enemy territory. Gonna try to jump onto Vigilant King. Caitlyn running for her life. Will she be able to make it? There's that Lantern. Oh! The Q from Cassidy.
but
Gonna fight
Cassidy.
this bunch of people as Rift walks over the wall. 3-man strong. Thank you for the kick closer to Caitlyn. Unstoppable Batman helping Pachinator get close enough to finish him off. Mega down himself, trying to outrun Elise Sin. Can you do it? Oh my gosh, Rift walks over the
Pachinator
wall.
is just juking so hard.
Also has that ultimate available, so he could keep Pachinator alive. No need. Killing spree. They finish off the Thresh. Oh my gosh, this Pachinator on the Cassie, I never thought it would be possible. But Crazy Murderer now back and forth with T-Bone the Dog. Gonna ult in, has the ult as well from Zillion. Doesn't even need it as they now chase in Hiccup with so much damage. Gonna help finish him off. And now all 4 members of Red Team gonna back off and are alive. What the heck on that Pachinator play? What?
That was just fantastic. The Rift walks over the wall, juking back and forth over and over again. I thought he went in too deep, bit off more than he could chew, but he managed to throw my idea into the gutter. He knew what he was doing. Well, at least he'll tell us that.
Yeah, what I liked was that as Lee Sin's Sonic Wave was falling off, Thresh is throwing a death sentence over the wall. Both things would have meant likely the death of Pachinator. However, he Rift walks over the wall across from the death sentence from Thresh, which means he doesn't get hit by it. And then as he's Rift walking, the Sonic Wave is falling off, so Lee Sin can't follow with the Resonating Strike to be able to chase him. And I'm just like, what even? What even? Just beautiful play on that Kassadin. Maybe a little bit of luck as well, but never ever hurts. Just crazy, crazy good job there. So
we'll just say it was all skill and call it a day.
Yeah, calculated. That's how it's said, calculated. So. And then
So
of course, the Lee Sin with the assisting kick. Gotta give it to Lee Sin for that kick.
What's really scaring me right now is that our crazy strong late game team that should be weak in the early game is 9 kills ahead at the 18-minute mark. Okay, 8 kills ahead. Zillion got caught out there by the death sentence. Did not have his chrono shift up. He got taken down. Not Santa, says Xin Zhao. Another hook onto Xin Zhao. That's 2 in a row. Deathmark down onto Vayne. Are they going to turn this around here? Yes, she gets taken down. Tower aggro swaps, but here comes Kassadin taking 1 down. The ignite onto Caitlyn as well. Will this be a second kill? Yes, it is. Death sentence lands. Here comes the Rift Walk, though, and he's going to get it okay. 2 for 3. But that was in favor of blue team, the team that's behind. But here comes Nasus, split pushing the top lane onto this inhib tower. Is he going to get some good damage down? I think he is. Teemo has just recalled. Does he have those home guard boots? No, he doesn't. So he's going to get this to half health. Will he even take it? I think he's overcommitted. It's going to heal if he doesn't. So this tower is going to fall. Whether he makes it out of here all right is another story. Death sentence does not land.
No,
Sonic Wave does not land. And he's going to make it out.
Even without Ghost, they decide not to Jace, and that Nasus takes that top turret. So, yeah, looking very strong. Yes, blue team may have fought well in the mid lane, picking up 3 kills and only losing 2 after fighting underneath the tower, by the way. They still lost 2 turrets in that top lane. The top turret had already gone down, and then Nasus pushed in and got the second tier and the inhibitor turret, which is huge, because that open inhibitor is not going to last long. No Scomania has already shown that he can't, with this Teemo, be able to deal with Nasus, and now maybe going down again. There's the speed boost, will be enough. Throws a mushroom down, gonna try to slow him, but the Ghost is down from Nasus.
Oh.
He flashes over the wall, but the Q is already down. Pimp King gonna take him down from over the wall. Can Red Team get the second Dragon of the game? It is more than likely possible. Ooh! Ace in the hole flying. It's going to hit Pachinator. He's going to just soak up that damage.
Yeah, he'll be A-okay there. Looks like they're going to back away from this dragon. Yep. Double bomb on the Caitlyn. They're going to back out. I'm waiting to see if they're going to make a liar out of me and start it again, but it looks like they are going to back out. Nasus is going in on Zed here. Nasus is out of mana, so he's got enough for like 1 or 2 more spells. Zed with the jukes, though. He's got his dancing shoes on, but the Spirit Fire takes him down from afar. Caster Nasus taking him down. And he keeps smashing away on this inhib here. doing exactly what Nasus is good at, and I really like his choice of boots. He has those boots of swiftness, which I think are a very, very great choice, especially considering what champion he is going to be fighting against for most of the game, and that is Teemo. Teemo has a lot of slows, and boots of swiftness reduce the effectiveness of slows. That's what they do. So that's going to help him catch up. The slows aren't going to be nearly as effective, and I think that is the ideal boot choice for him.
It's pretty fantastic, that's for sure. It gives him that little bit of a speed edge, as well as when he uses Ghost, it's going to make it even harder to catch up to him. So Teemo put Mushroom down on that ward, not going to help you out a whole lot. Can Patchinator play? Oh, the Lee Sin kick kicking him away, but there's that Thresh hook pulling him right back towards the enemy team. Rift walking towards red buff. Can he get out? That is the question. He has blue buff, so he's just going to Rift walk over the wall again.
Yep.
The chase not on. Blue team says,
look at Nasus.
Maybe not. So
Nasus teleporting to that top inhibitor again. Everyone else is all taken care of, well, chasing Kassadin, who has those infinite rift walks. And Nasus is down here. He's going to get this in him. There it goes. He's going to try and get away from this. Spear Fire goes out. Wither goes out as well. Time to turn and fight. Caitlyn's here for backup, though, as well. Exhaust going down onto Nasus. Is he going to take out Teemo? I think he knows he's dead at this point, but Teemo does get taken out.
Flash
and they can't even chase that.
But
the movement speed from the Trinity Force and the Boots of Swiftness. So strong.
Okay, here's a quick thing for the viewers. Don't spoil the game. If the game's over, the game's over. You can say, like, GG, that's fine. That's a great thing. But don't say which team actually wins, because there's a lot of us who are just simply viewers and the shoutcasters. We have no idea. This game could be totally turned on its head if We Are OP makes a huge mistake. Only ONLA could easily turn a team fight around and push in and grab the Nexus. We are towards that later game, 23 minutes in, so the timers are ticking up to about 30-second timers, so don't spoil the game for anyone. But you're doing a good job. Nice play from Thresh, gonna play Nasus back. Can they finally take down this unkillable Nasus? No. He's just gonna walk out.
The dog gets out.
Oh, unstoppable Batman coming around. You're gonna find him. So much damage. He has the red buff, but not gonna be enough. A couple of Qs later, he's gonna go down. Zillion ulting himself. Crazy Murderer waiting for that bomb to go off.
Trying to 1v1 that Zed.
He's got cleanse, I think it was. Oh no, what was the item? McCrell's Crucible. So that healed him up. Can they take down Crazy Murder onto Zed? In the meantime, Nasus taking out that middle second tier inhibitor. Crazy Murder just playing the sneak game. Oh, they're gonna find him. Jump over the wall, Zed. You can do it. No, not fast enough.
Almost. Trying to hide in that little corner there just inside the Dragon Pit has some weird vision issues. You don't always see them, and he was aware of that, but Zinzao walked in close enough, and there's the surrender. GG, well played, friends. Yes, there was.
Aww, surrender's so sad. I like when the games get finished. Never surrender, never give up. But I mean, honestly, the game was like 20,000 gold in the hands of We Are OP, who was just doing a fantastic job there. So
15, but yes. Yeah, you're right.
Unfortunately, we didn't do any predictions. So does that mean that we both have to do 10 push-ups, or neither of us have to do 10 push-ups?
I would do 10 push-ups if you did 10 push-ups.
How about we both do 5? No, we should punish ourselves because we didn't do any predictions. And we're supposed to do predictions on this. So let's go ahead and run through MVPs real fast, and then we'll get underway with those 10 push-ups.
Sounds good to me.
Game. Just so everyone knows, we are doing a total of 3 games tonight. So we do have at least 2 more games. If not, I'm kind of feeling going into a 4th game tonight. But I'll go ahead for the losing team MVP. Handed over to... it's so hard to say. So hard to say. I kind of want to give it both to bottom lane, because they played a solid game beginning to end. Caitlyn ended 3-2-1. Thresh 0-2-4. Not bad at all, especially on a team that had 18 deaths. They were only 4 of those 18 deaths combined, which is a huge deal. And Caitlyn picked up 3 kills, which is more than the rest of her team. So what that shows is that Caitlyn was where she was at, where she needed to be. She was struggled a little bit on farm over the Vayne towards the end of the game, but at the beginning of the game was very easily holding her own. And I don't know, I just kind of like Vigilant King's overall play. Played safe, played good, got some kills and assists as well, and had one of the least deaths on her entire team. And that generally means that you not only are playing a safe champion because you had the least deaths, but also playing just enough aggressively to pick up those extra kills. So I'd give it to Vigilant King.
I quite agree with you. Bot lane does get it. But I think I'm going to have to hand mine over to Thresh when it comes to the losing team. Thresh landed a lot of great hooks. The flays were on point. The lantern to get people out of tricky situations were all good. His build path was, well, a little stuttered because he was kind of behind on gold. But overall, I think he played very, very well. The hooks all landed when they needed to, so I think that was very, very well done. So between the two of them, if I could only give it to one, I think I might have to give it to only ONLA.
Only ONLA. You got to do MVP for the winning team.
That's right. So the winning team, I'd have to give it to the support again. I mean, Nasus was unstoppable. He was. I should think about these things before they come out of my mouth. No one could take down Nasus. He was going in, he was bashing people up, he was running away. He took the inhibitor on his own, no help from the rest of the team. He was up there on his island, and he was doing some serious work. But Zilean had a lot of fantastic plays that game.
Yep.
As far as game-winning goals, game-winning plans goes, give it to Nasus. Game-winning plays, that's the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
Give it to Nasus because that's what he was doing. He was pushing top. But as far as individual mechanics and outplays goes, Zilean, because he set up a lot of team fights. He put the exhaust on the right targets. He bombed the right targets. He ulted the right targets. He did exactly what his champion was supposed to perfectly every time.
Yeah, what I was going to say there is that sometimes MVP is the most valuable player. And what that means is not just in team fights, but overall throughout the entire game, how effective was this person at helping guarantee that win? And I would definitely agree with you that Yasuo NA did a fantastic job. He was hardly involved in any team fights, but his split pushing power was so incredibly strong. Every time he teleported in, he got a tower, he got an inhib, he got hundreds of CS. That's what Nasus does best. And he played it perfectly the whole game. So I would even give MVP to Yasuo as well, simply because he did what Nasus does best. Hard split pushing power, never died once. And even with like 4-man ganks at the end, it still never went down. And the tankiness and the split pushing power that Nasus brings to the game, that's how you play. Did fantastic job with it. So we're going to both, because we forgot to do our predictions, we're both going to do 10 push-ups, and then we're going to get a second game underway here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my push-ups now, just to get them over with. So, okay, here we go. I know I don't have a push-up camera. I'll set it up